All right, welcome back to another In the Huddle video. Today we got tier list ranking. I know you guys like tier lists, but this time it's going to be of all 30 NFL stadiums. Now, disclaimer, I've only been to 6 stadiums, but I mean, look, I can make a pretty good read on what these stadiums are like or how good they look just by looking at these pictures. Plus, I've done some research on them. So, here we go. I mean, the tier list reads as follows from best to worst. We got the spectacular tier. Historic, which I don't really know why it says historic. Maybe that's a separate tier for the older stadiums that are cool. Above average, average, had its day. Why are we still playing here? So here we go. We're gonna start with a pretty easy one, which is Allegiant Stadium, where the Raiders play. It's fairly new. It opened in 2020. I gotta put this, and I'm gonna be ranking it from left to right within the tiers as well. Left to right being best to worst. So right now, I got to put this at the top. Spectacular. I can't really think of many stadiums that top this right now. Just the glass roof. The exterior is beautiful. They got the cool torch. They just played the Super Bowl there. The Chiefs just won the Super Bowl there. So, gotta love that stadium. Except for that it's for the Raiders. Speaking of the Chiefs, Arrowhead Stadium. Now, the stadium itself is not spectacular, but I will put it up there as easily a top 10 stadium. It's one I've actually been to. The atmosphere is absolutely electric. It's the loudest stadium in the NFL. There's a lot of cool history there. It's been around since 1972. So, Arrowhead Stadium, that's a classic. I'm going to put that right below the Raiders in the historic tier. AT&T Stadium. Now, this is one I haven't been to, but you know, it's hosted Super Bowls. It's been highly touted. It's one of the best stadiums in the NFL. It's got the giant Jumbotron, one of the first NFL stadiums to ever do that. The first NFL stadium to do that, actually. You know, it's Jerry's World. It's host of America's team. So this one's up there. Am I going to put it in spectacular? I feel like I should only save spectacular for a couple of stadiums. So I feel like I'm going to put this up there with the Chiefs one in historic. I'm going to put the Chiefs ahead of it, though, just for the pure atmosphere you get from Arrowhead. Sorry. I know Cowboys fans are going to like that, but that's how I feel. Okay, next one. Bank of America Stadium, Panthers. Do you find yourself just, like, asking yourself, like, does anyone ever daydream what it's like to go to a Panthers game? I know it sounds bad, but who goes to Panthers games? And is like, man, I got to see Bank of America Stadium. I mean, there's two cool things about Bank of America Stadium, and that's it. It's the blue seats. I love the blue seats. It looks cool. And then it's the view of the city. It's right in downtown Charlotte. I think that's pretty cool. The location's great. But the stadium itself, it's just a way more boring, run-down version of Arrowhead. And it's not a rowdy atmosphere. So I'm going to put it in, why are we still playing here? Because they should probably get a new stadium within the next 10, 15 years. Okay, speaking of a stadium that actually will become new, I believe in 2028. It's New Era Field, or Highmark Stadium, that's what it is now, hosting the Buffalo Bills. I've also been to this stadium. You know what's funny about the stadium is it's literally in the middle of like a Buffalo neighborhood. Like you turn down like one main road, you drive for like 2 minutes, and boom, the stadium's right there. And there's like 3 parking lots to the right, and then there's just houses right next to it. Like it's such a odd location. But the stadium itself is nothing special. There's a reason why they're getting a new one. It's been absolutely run down. So, yeah, it's also going in the why are we still playing here tier. And then another bad one, FedEx Field. Now, everyone touts this as the worst stadium in the NFL because it's had so many issues, not only with the infrastructure, but there's people paying for seats where their view is blocked. I mean, there's the viral video from 2 seasons ago where Jalen Hurts is high-fiving Eagles fans and the entire tunnel, like, collapses onto him. That's insane. Didn't actually fall onto him, but the fans fell out. I mean, FedEx has gotten a lot of shit. It's just been a terrible stadium. But I've been there as well. And as a guy who lives in New Jersey who's been to MetLife a ton, and we'll get to MetLife, I think MetLife's the worst stadium in the NFL. Not only for its turf, but it's just a bland, boring gray circle that, like, it's New York City, basically. I know it's in East Rutherford, but it's representing New York City, and that's the best you could do. It's a new stadium. It came out in 2010, and that's the best you could do for the New York sports teams. So hold on, let's get MetLife. Let's also put this in F tier, or why are we still playing here tier, and then let's put FedEx right in between Bills and MetLife, because, you know what, looking at the bottom tier, I'm going to put Bank of America up a tier because I don't think it's as bad as the three I put below this: the Bills, the Commanders, and the Giants and Jets. So we'll move Panthers up. We'll put MetLife in last for now. Let's go to First Energy Stadium, home of the Cleveland Browns. I think this has got to be this textbook definition of an average nothing stadium. Just not good, not bad. Looks like your typical stadium. I guess the location's cool. It's right on the river in Cleveland. I like the orange seats. It's got a pretty steep upper level as well. But, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really heard any bad or great things about the stadium. I got to put it in average. Ford Field. Location, good. Downtown Detroit. I don't know. I think the roof, the top of its roof, it's got this white, if you see me moving around here, it's got this big, kind of gross white roof that I don't know. I don't really love the look at it. It's got that ugly Ford logo on top of it. I think the inside is okay, but the fans might bring it up a notch. I'm going to put it in average, and I'm going to put it above the Browns Stadium. I know people probably want me to put it above average, but out of all the dome stadiums, which most of them are pretty cool, I got to put it on the lower spectrum of it. So I'll put it in average, but at the top of average. Okay, Gillette Stadium. I just went there 2 months ago to watch Chiefs-Patriots. I've seen so many pictures of Gillette. I'm like, this is just straight up an average stadium. And it is for the exact infrastructure-wise of the stadium. And the location's kind of whatever. It's in the middle of nowhere. But they did build the surrounding parts of it. They have Patriot Place, super cool, tons of shops and stuff there. They built a new lighthouse, that's been great. And just walking in to Gillette Stadium, like, I want to put it in historic tier, but historic is too high just for this tier list, so I can't really put it there. But it is pretty cool, even though you got to hate the Patriots if you're not a Patriots fan. It is cool to see all the banners up there. Just picture all the playoff games that were played there, all the great Tom Brady moments. So it's cool in that regard. But I'm ranking the stadiums itself. I mean, the atmosphere has a play in it, but I'm going to put it in average. I'll put it in between Ford Field and the Cleveland Stadium. Okay, Hard Rock Stadium. I've looked up lists of ranking NFL stadiums before. For some reason, Hard Rock Stadium ranks towards the bottom. It's another stadium I've been to. I love Hard Rock Stadium. I think it's super cool. I love the design on the roof. It's got this square design. It's got kind of this, I don't know, I haven't seen an NFL stadium that different to it before, or that similar to it, excuse me. I don't know, I think the aqua seats are really cool. I think probably people are complaining about it because one section of the stadium has the sun shining down on it, so it gets people sweating. You know, that's not a lot of fun to be in, but, I mean, they put the roof on purpose, so they put shade on most of the people watching, most of the fans watching. So I don't know, I like Hard Rock Stadium. I'm gonna put it in above average. I think it's super cool. Heinz Field, this one I gotta put at the bottom of historic. Now the stadium itself isn't extremely impressive, but just the beautiful view of Pittsburgh, the yellow seats, it's just such a classic stadium. You know, and I actually really like the design too. I think it's underrated. I think the end zones not having a completely full part of seats there, I think that's pretty cool. And just if you got the right seat, man, you're just looking out into the city watching the Steelers. I like it. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of historic. Lambeau Field, I mean, obviously you got to put it at the top of historic. I mean, even above Arrowhead, it's the oldest stadium in the NFL. Everyone, any diehard football fan, I want to put it in spectacular, but I think just how old it is and the actual design of the stadium itself, I can't quite put it there. But I mean, it's top of historic for sure, top 5 stadium. Oldest stadium in the NFL. If you're an NFL fan, that's where you want to go. That's on your bucket list. I know that's on my bucket list. Super cool atmosphere up in Green Bay. It's got that football weather vibe to it. So yeah, you got to put Lambeau up there. This is Levi Stadium, 49ers. This is average. I'm gonna put it in between Browns and Patriots. There's not really anything special about it. It's not hurting anybody, but I don't know, for a team as popular as the 49ers, this was also redesigned pretty recently. I think 2014 or something like that, 2016. Felt like they could have done a slightly better job, but it's not terrible. All right, Lumen Field. This is the Seahawks. I almost want to put it in spectacular. Not gonna lie, I think it's got up there for one of the coolest designs of a stadium. The atmosphere is electric. It's right in the heart of the city. I got to put it where Arrowhead is. I got to put it right above Arrowhead. Yeah, I have to. I mean, it's close. It's close. It's historic. It's historic. Okay, Lucas Oil, another stadium I've been to for the Combine. Super cool, super underrated. I'm going to put it at the top of above average. I like the factory feel to it. I just think it's a very underrated stadium that doesn't get a lot of credit, and they should host more Super Bowls there. Okay, wow, I don't know this stadium. You know what? I just realized I put Titans Stadium where Lumen Field was. They look so similar on here. Okay, Titans Stadium, by the way, it's had its day. This one needs to go to had its day tier. That one's just... They're going to redesign it soon, so that's good. Lumen Field is this one. This one goes in between Arrowhead and Lambeau. Okay, perfect. Mix those up. This is Titan Stadium. My eyesight is so bad. Okay, this is Titan Stadium. No, that's Titan Stadium. What is this? I am getting so mixed up on what the stadiums are. I just ranked the Eagles Stadium as the Titan Stadium, which, by the way, Eagles Stadium, completely average. I'm putting it between Browns and 49ers. Okay. Here's the Titans Stadium. This is going in had its day. Ravens Stadium. There we go. Okay. That was embarrassing, but my eyesight's terrible. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to rank the Ravens. This is going... I don't know. I mean, maybe had its day. Top of had its day. Maybe I'll put a bottom of average. Okay, Falcons. Spectacular. Top 3 stadium in the NFL. It's got that cool ring around the roof. Retractable roof. It's already held a Super Bowl. It's too bad it's kind of wasted on a team like the Falcons, but it's a great stadium overall. All right, Mercedes-Benz Saints. I'm going to put this in above average at the top. I mean, it's the only stadium in the NFL with no natural lighting coming into it. The atmosphere is completely electric. It's classic. Love that stadium. Mile High. I'm going to put it at the bottom of above average. I think it's another great atmosphere. It's kind of got like a cool wavy thing going on the top deck. It's cool. You see the mountains in the background. I like that one as well. Okay, NRG Stadium, Texans. This one's overrated. I think the fact that it has a roof really, really carries it. I'm gonna put it in average. I'm gonna put it at the top of average though. Cincinnati Bengals had its day. I think I'm putting it at the top of had its day. The Bengals need to rebrand, but they're a cheap franchise. I think the only cool thing about it is right by the water in the city. That's about it. Okay, this is the Bucks Stadium, Raymond James. This one's underrated. I'm gonna put it above average at the bottom. I think the pirate ship's super cool. The location's great. Florida, can't go wrong with that. Okay, Rams. This one's at the top. This one's at the top. SoFi, best stadium in the NFL. I mean, can you really argue with it? Just look at the design. It's amazing. It's got the ring on the top. Super cool. Newest stadium in the NFL. Cardinals Stadium. They just held the Super Bowl. I'll put it in above average. I'll put it in between Mile High and Hard Rock Stadium. I think it's a cool indoor stadium. Okay, this is Chicago. Soldier Field, I mean, it's had its day. We know it's going to put it at the top of had its day. We know it's going to be a new stadium soon. Okay, 2 more stadiums. This is the Jaguars Stadium. Also had its day. They're also looking for a new one. But I think it's cool. I'm going to put it towards the top. I'm going to put it at the top just because it has the pool. And then finally, we got US Bank Stadium, Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to put this at the final stadium to go in spectacular. Right at the bottom, another amazing stadium. Skull Vikings, great atmosphere. But there you go, guys. We got 4 in spectacular, a bunch in the middle, 3 at the bottom. Best stadium, SoFi. Worst stadium, MetLife. Thank you guys for watching. It was another great tier list video. I can't wait to keep doing these rankings as the offseason continues. So thank you guys for watching and listening. We'll see you guys next time.